Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And it is the day after Christmas. That means it's time for my day after Christmas show and tell. So that's going to be the things that I received diecast wise this Christmas. And I have to say, last year I got a ton of stuff, and that's because as I was getting more and more into the hobby, I was picking up a lot of main lines and cars that I really didn't have yet for the collection. So there was a lot more bulk last year is the best way to say it. And between last year and this year, I've really started changing the way that I collect, because I'm looking more towards cars that are quality rather than quantity, and sticking to castings that I really like more than just every new casting that comes out that is a licensed casting, which is how my sons and I kind of started. If it was a licensed car, we wanted to have it. And since then, we've really just kind of narrowed down the way that we collect. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show these in kind of like a bulk format, just because I don't want this to be like a 45-minute video. But I'll go ahead and let you know kind of what I got. So these were, this first little grouping right here were cars that we just never found on the pegs here. So I had to pick them up retail from an online vendor, but it's somebody I've used before, and they give really absolutely great prices. It's J-Car Diecast for any of you guys that have ever used them. They're really reasonable. You can buy cars either in individuals, or you can get them in sets, or you can also get the sealed cases of current Hot Wheel basics, which some people like to buy them that way. But I'm kind of digging the way Amazon is doing it now, where I can kind of just buy the cars that are in the new castings and not really have to worry about a bunch of duplicates, because 72 cars, when you think about it, it really adds up. But anyway, I'm babbling enough. All right, so here's the first little grouping of things that I got. And it is this awesome set right here. Of course, you got the Bugatti EB110, the McLaren Speedtail, this beautiful beautiful 69 Alfa Romeo. We've got, of course, the Lamborghini Essenza and the Koenigsegg Agera, and this is the exotic Envy set, which most of you guys found, but we were not able to find out here in some of the SoCal stores, just because of how many collectors are actually out here and how quickly these things fly off the shelf. So they never even made it to our shelves, but that's okay. I don't mind reaching out and buying things retail, because at the end of the day, I'm helping out a small business as well, not a big box store, and I'm not paying much more than retail for these in the end, so it actually works out. All right, the next little grouping, I was also not able to find these in any of our local Targets or Walmarts. After several times trying to find these, I didn't even see remnants of a single car from this set. And it is these beauties right here. And anybody that recognizes this, this is out of the Mountain Drifters set. And of course, you've got the 03 Honda NSX Type R, this beautiful Toyota AE86 Sprinter Terreno, and of course the one that everybody was picking up, the Silhouette R34, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then of course, to round out this set, you have this really awesome 95 Toyota Celica GT4, and last but not least, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. But an absolutely great set, and as a JDM collector, this is what I absolutely wanted to get. And so there you go, the Mountain Drifter set. All right, moving on. So this was something that I saw that they had on their site, and it's an Auto World, but it's not a diecast car. It is diecast, but it is going to go into one of my, hopefully, dioramas that I build. And I am going to be working on a diorama soon. I want to do like a street scene, either like a setting in Japan, like Shibuya, with the big crosswalks or something like that. But I also want to do one where it looks like it's a garage where they're working and tuning cars too. So this will fit really well in that little diorama. And it is this bad boy right here. And it is basically a Nissan hauler. And it's going to basically house one of my Nissan cars, either a Silvia or an R35, that'll be being worked on in one of the garage scenes if I build a diorama. But I thought this was really cool. It's made by Auto World, And it just kind of grabbed me when I saw this on the site. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab that. I have to have that thing. So really cool. It's got a little hitch on there too, so it's actually a working hitch if you see that. If there's a vehicle that actually has a hitch, this one will hitch to it. So maybe I can find like a Skyline van or something like that and make a hitch for it. But I think this will be really cool in a diorama setting. And I can also customize this if I want to, add something onto the black right there and you know, just make it kind of individualized to whatever the car is that he's with it. Yeah, definitely a really, really cool present. And by the way, all of these that I'm showing you right now, my wife actually went out and got all of this for me, which is to say she ordered these for me based off things that I had told her I wanted, and she pays attention, so she was able to pick these up for me. And so I'm really, really appreciative that she supports me in this hobby, but she also pays attention and knows what to look for. That's not to say that she's going to go out and hunt for things at the stores for me, but when it comes to something like this and it's online, then she definitely will make the effort to find these things. All right, the next two, they come out of the Mini GT series, and I absolutely love them. They are both beautiful LB Silhouette Works GTRs, and what I love about them is the color. This beautiful pink one right here, absolutely gorgeous. I love the fact that it says class on the side, and it just really, really pops. This pink is absolutely just perfect on this car. Man, if I had to drive a pink GTR, I wouldn't complain. I mean, it's still a GTR, so it's absolutely cool. But I couldn't get this one without getting its matchup, and it is this one right here, another pink one with the Liberty Walk livery on the side there. It is also an R35. This one was a little more limited one of 3600, and the other one is out of 4200. This one's in a more matte finished paint, a little bit lighter, kind of a magenta color, but really cool. I'm glad they still had these in stock. I had been watching these as I was looking for this car on their site, and they kept going in and out of stock, and so I was worried that when my wife went to buy these, I wouldn't have any available. But sure enough, they came back into stock, and we were able to pick these up for Christmas, so really love it. All right, moving on. Another one out of Mini GT, and I love the HKS livery. I have a lot of the mainline HKSs and even some of the premiums, but this was one that I needed to have in the collection, and it is, of course, the GR Supra 2020, I believe. Yeah, 2020. This would have been from the Tokyo Auto Salon. This would have been HKS's entry, and so it is a representation of what they would have entered at the Tokyo Auto Salon, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love the way these Mini GTs look. You can say a lot about premiums that Hot Wheels puts out, but you know, when you start getting into some of these other brands like Mini GT, Kaido House, there's just a lot more detail in these cars, and you're paying about $9 to $10 per car. But when you really think about it, you're paying about $7 for a premium right now at Target or Walmart for a Hot Wheels premium, and it's really just a completely different level of quality. So I'm really starting to move towards, you know, going to a lot of these, because when you really take a look at the way that they design their cars, they're just overall just complementary to everything that they put on these cars. It's really well thought out. The back end on them, just really perfect. The way that everything looks, just really great, and really glad I had this one on my list, because I don't have a lot of premium GR Supras. Of course, I have the Fast and Furious one, which is in that really ugly orange that they selected. Wish they'd have gone with the color that was actually on the package, but they chose not to. But really awesome. And if you guys aren't collecting Mini GTs, or you're not looking at stuff from Kite House, you really should. If you're a diecast collector and you don't have a few of these in your collection, you're really missing out. You got to take the time to just really appreciate the craftsmanship in Mini GT and Kaido House. So really, really cool. All right, next up. Now, these were Christmas gifts from my little guy, and he is a Hot Wheels guy too. He has his own little genre that he loves to collect. He loves supercars, and he loves anything that's exotic. But he found these for me, and I was really appreciative. I'm not as big into the muscle, but I do have some. And the first one he picked up for me is this bad boy right here. It is a Copo Camaro. And I'm not even really sure what year this is out of or where they found this one. But looking at it, it looks like this is... Oh, where's the date on this? 2015 or 2016, I believe, is what this one is out of. But super cool. It's in this really nice white enamel. It's got the SS striping on it. Of course, you've got the SS that would be on the front. It's not on this car, but it does say Camaro right here on the fender. Really, really nice car. And it's just a really, really thoughtful thing that my little guy did. This was his little Christmas gift to me. It came in a little gift bag, and I really appreciated it. And of course, he gave me one more, and this is something I do collect, and I did not have this one yet, so I'm so glad he found this one. It is out of Matchbox, and it's Matchbox on a Mission. Looks like Matchbox Adventure City series, and this is, if I don't cover it up with my thumb, the Ford GT40. So really love these old GTs. I love the movie Ford versus Ferrari. This is the model that would have been racing against the Ferrari. I guess we'll call this the Ferrari killer. But I love these Ford GTs, and I really appreciate that. You know, I've got a thoughtful 10-year-old son who knows that I love Hot Wheels, and he knows what I love, and so he grabbed me these, and I'm really appreciative. Thank you, buddy. All right, next up. Now, I know this is not something that a lot of people collect, and this one was actually on clearance on JCar Diecast's site, and I saw it in store and always regretted not picking this up, and I'm so glad that I finally have this in hand, and it is this bad boy right here out of the Matchbox Superfast series. It is this beautiful 1964 Pontiac Grand Prix, and I'll tell you, you can celebrate the Hot Wheels team all day for the things that they create, but you've really got to pay attention to what's coming out of Matchbox recently, because just the detailing on these cars and these ones out of the Superfast series, I'll put these head to head up against any Hot Wheel any day. They are really well done, and I really just love the setup on this. It's very simple. It's Matchbox. There's no flash to it. It's what you might see somebody who's customizing their Grand Prix, what they might do with the setup. Of course, it does have the opening doors on it. Love the 5-spoke mag wheels they used on this, and just absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. I try to find Superfast anytime they pop up in our local stores. There's always some good castings that come out of the Superfast and the Matchbox Collector series as well. They're really well done, and they get slept on a lot, but I'm so glad I found this one, and it's in the set. All right, next up, I do have a little bit of collection of these going, and this was one that I had been looking for a while for the collection, and it is out of the now defunct Hot Wheels ID collection, and it is this beauty right here, the 1995 RX-7 Drift. And for those of you guys who have never purchased one of these or never really got into the IDs, again, these things are done really, really nicely. You can see the top of it right there, but these were all painted in Spectre Flame, and the chase versions that came in the cases up until last year, they were as rare, or close to as rare as trying to find a Super Treasure Hunt. And I have a few of those in the collection too that were the chase pieces. But every time these came out, I had a really hard time finding the ones from the series that I wanted, because it seemed like if it was a JDM casting or anything that was a coveted casting, it was always gone first. And the ones that were left behind were typically the fantasies or the castings that I didn't really want. But love this. This will go into my Hot Wheels ID collection. I believe I have about 5 or 6 of these in the ID box. And they're all ones that I really, really appreciate the casting of, and so I was so glad that I was able to pick this one up. 95 Mazda RX-7 Drift out of Hot Wheels ID. All right, next up, this was a set that I saw actually on the Mattel Creation site, and it came back into stock, and I did crack it open because I wanted to see what the cars looked like inside, but it's this set right here. It is the Hot Wheels Forza Motorsport Premium Collection. There are 5 castings inside. Let's take a look at them. So here's what they look like inside the package. So of course you got the beautiful Huracan right there. You got the Ford GT right there, absolutely beautiful, the Ford GT Race. This Porsche, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's almost like a Zamac look to it. It looks really, really good. You got this little Mini right here in this Spectraflame green, which is really, really nice. It may not actually be Spectraflame, it's more of a metallic green, but it looks really, really good. And then the one that I really wanted out of this set, of course, is this beautiful S15. And it's got, of course, the Forza livery on the side, but what a beautiful car. I think this is how I'll display them, is I'll display them out like this so that we're able to see all the castings like that. I'll put the box back on the back side of it. But I think it's a really cool set. I love that Hot Wheels did them this way. I know that they did the little cargo boxes for some of the other sets, but I like when they do them in these squares like this. It's just a lot easier to display, and I like being able to see the entire car. So really, really cool. Glad I picked that one up. And we are almost to the end here. All right, so another thing that's really hard to find here in my area that I've, really just tried to find a lot of these, but you never really find the ones that you're looking for, are the Hot Wheel haulers. And so I went ahead and picked up a case of these, and of course I had to get the case with a certain casting, but let's show you what's in the others that I found. So here's the first one right here, and it is this beautiful Ford Galaxy, 65 Ford Galaxy. And it's on another Ford truck, which the truck itself is absolutely beautiful. And to have that nice Ford Galaxy sitting on top of that nice Ford livery, it's really, really cool. So this was a bonus. The car that I wanted from this set was the reason I bought the set, but the Ford Galaxy was definitely a bonus. As was this next one, which is also in the set. And you really can't go wrong when you're getting these, and it's of course this one right here. It is the Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL 6.8 AMG, and it is of course being toted around in a fleet hauler or fleet flyer, which is a fantasy vehicle. It's not really a licensed vehicle, but I love the fact that they left this blank here, so if I ever do take this out and I want to customize it, I can add my own liveries to the side of that, which will be really cool. And then of course you got the little Mercedes sticking out of the back right there. And that's the only unfortunate thing when they use these fleet flyers or the fleet haulers, is that you only get to see part of the car unless you take it all the way out. But this is what it's going to look like right here, and it's pretty accurate to its art, but absolutely cool. But of course, the reason I bought the entire case and what I wanted most out of the set was this baby right here. And we never saw this one in stores, and I'm so glad that I got a good deal on the case price for this. It actually came out to below what I would have paid retail per car, and so it was a no-brainer. And again, it's on an Aero lift, which is again not a licensed vehicle, but it's in this really, really awesome HKS livery, and they just did a super, super sweet job on this. So man, 2 S15s, super happy about that. 2 more S15s for the collection. I would like to find some more 180s or S13s or some more 240 S14s for the collection in premium, and that's kind of what I'm going to be looking to build upon. And even some of the older ones that are out of the main lines, but even the main lines in the S14s and S15s and S13s are getting really, really pricey, but had to have this one for the collection. Now what I'm missing is the 2-pack Skylines, the R32 and R34. I've seen them on eBay. I've seen them different places, way, way, way over retail. I'm trying to let the market on those calm down a little bit, but when I get a chance to find one at a good price, I'm going to pick those up. And that's pretty much going to bring me up to speed on haulers and 2-packs, because I have the ones that I've really wanted, and I don't try to buy them all, but if I am able to get a deal like I did with this case, I don't mind getting a couple of them that I probably wouldn't have bought at the store, but they'll look good in the collection either way, so glad I found this. All right, last two. And first up, this was the final out of, I believe, this last year's 2022 Deutschland design. It was the one I could not find, and no reason to speculate as to why, but It's the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. And Porsches in any set for any premium are gone the minute they show up here. Even the basic mainlines in most, especially the matte black one that just came out on the Hot Wheels Q case, very hard to find. They were very difficult for me to finally locate and track down. And you start moving up to premium and it's near impossible to find anything. So really glad I rounded it out. Here's the rest of the set, and we did open these. I love this van. Don't sleep on this Sprinter van right here, this Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. You gotta take it out of the package, check it out. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think everybody really loved the AMG Mercedes as well, but I do think that this is the top car out of the Deutschland design. And you know what? I'm looking forward to Deutschland designs coming out this year. Hopefully we'll get to see some more Porsches. Maybe they'll throw some more Mercedes in there that are different than what we've seen before. And maybe we'll get some new castings this year. And last but not least, my one actual car Auto World entry was one that I wanted to get for quite a while, and I couldn't find this color variation. Now we did find the black, but now we have this beautiful Toyota Supra in red. It is a very, very high print number, obviously out of 13, so it's not that there's anything rare about this. We just couldn't find this one locally. Found the black one, found the dark blue one, but we're never able to find this bad boy. And I absolutely love these Supras when they look stock like this. There's just something about the look, and this car was way ahead of its time. I mean, that's why they're so coveted now. That's why so many people tune them. But an absolutely beautiful car. But all in all, guys, really great Christmas this year. Got to spend some really good quality time with the family. We ate some great food. My wife made a beautiful prime rib roast with some lobster last night. And we were able to enjoy a movie together and just have a really good quality time together. And I hope that all of you got some good quality time with your families yesterday. I hope that the gifts that you got were more than just the material kind, that you got the gifts of family and friends around you, and that you were able to celebrate in whatever way that you do during the holiday season. But that's it for this show and tell. Thanks for tuning in the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot of new content coming out, including a lot of peg hunting videos, and we're getting closer and closer to the 400 subscriber mark, which is where we're going to be doing our first channel giveaway. So keep an eye out for that. We're about 18 subscribers away. So if we hit that in the next week or two, we'll start setting up to do a giveaway, and I guarantee you're going to want to be checking that out and being a part of that giveaway. If you're subscribed to the channel, you're automatically going to be entered. I'm not going to make it really crazy, and I will just have you maybe write something in a comment, and we'll go ahead and figure out what we're going to give away for that giveaway. So pay attention to that. But until the next time, guys, I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Happy holidays to everybody. Happy upcoming New Year's, and we'll see you next time. I'm out.